What's going on, guys? Your favorite vaping Holly has returned for video 2. Today we are going to be talking about the limitless rdta. Also, iJoy was a part of the making of this. This thing is a bad boy, man. It's got a really nice wide bore drip tip on it. It's a Genesis style tank, so you have your juice sitting on the bottom, and on the inside you have your 4 wicking holes where your cotton is going to go down into the chamber where your juice will be sitting. And when you vape it, you're going to tilt it and the juice is going to wick up into the cotton and it's going to re-wick your stuff for you. It's got a velocity style deck on it. It has 2.5 millimeter holes on each post, so you have plenty of room to use your thicker gauge wire, 22 gauge wire. I'm going to be using it on the Sigeli 213. I did a review on this last week. If you don't know, go ahead and look at our video. It was with Jose. Jose was in it as well. So go ahead and check that out. That also has all of our other mods that we looked at. The Helve, the UFO by Sigeli, and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put a basic build on it. I'm going to put it 22 gauge on it. We're going to do a 22 gauge 7 wrap, and I'm going to show you how to properly wick it, safe build, and all that kind of stuff. Actually, the other pretty cool thing is, I don't know if you can see it, but see that big hole right there on the side? That's your juice hole. That's where you put your juice in. And when you put this cap on there, these 2 O-rings hold this into place, and it creates like a door. Like when you close a door, just boom, shuts it off, so when you tilt it, it's not going to leak. You don't have to worry about any leaking. So that's pretty cool. It has a really nice protruding 510 gold-plated 510 connection pin. So this can be used on a hybrid device. I actually used this on my switch mod. I had a switch mod for a little bit, and I put this sucker on there, and it works. It works really well. So let me get everything set up and we'll start building. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be using world famous electrode wires, 22 gauge. The ohms per inch on these is 0.1, so it's really low ohm competition wire, which is what I like. Heats up really quick, you get amazing flavor off of it. Out of all the wires that I've used previously, I think this is top notch right here. Go ahead and get this guy unwinded if I can find the wire. Alright, so I have 2, I would say 6-inch pieces of 22 gauge wire that I'm going to be wrapping on this 1/8 with it's called the magic stick. It's kind of like the cure coiler. Some people call it a cheat stick, but it's just easier for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys up close and then we'll get started, okay? Alright, so you got your negative and positive here. You can see you have 2 holes on each post. And these little grooves right here, these are for your cotton. These are for your cotton, so you'll have to just tuck them in here, but I'll show you how that works out. Let's go ahead and get these coils wrapped real quick. We're gonna go 22 gauge and we're gonna go 7 wraps. It should come out to about a 0.12 to a 0.14. Now I use 24 gauge on this as well. And it wasn't up to par for me, and I decided to try 22 gauge. And you don't necessarily need to use 22 gauge on a variable wattage device, but for me, I get a lot more flavor. 5, 6, 7. one down. That's what I like about these things, man. They're so quick and easy to use. My hands are really shaky, so I don't really trust myself doing it by freehand. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for all you vapors out there who are trying to get into rebuilding, trying to learn how to rebuild your own stuff, this is a great device to get to teach yourself how to rep. These are super easy to use, and it's just way more convenient. Alright, so I have my 2 coils here. Now what I like to do when I put my coils in, if I'm using a velocity style deck like this, I like to pre-bend my coils. So what I usually do is I'll take a pair of needle nose pliers or pliers, whatever you have, and I'll go right up to the coil and I'll just bend both opposite way at a 90-degree angle. So I'll just take this coil right on one of the leads, I'll go right up to the coil itself and I'll just bend it at a 90-degree angle. And I'll do the same thing on both sides. After that, what I'll do is I'll take the coil itself after I bend it, and I'll put it up to the device that I'm putting it on, and I'll kind of eyeball it to see how much I have to bend on each lead in order to get the coil centered. After that, I'll just eyeball it. I'll bend that in at a 90-degree angle, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And it should look something like this. Straighten my leads out. I'll go ahead and put whatever drill bit you use or whatever to build on, I'll stick it right through here. And I'll go ahead and put the leads in, one on top on one side, one on the bottom on the other side. Hold it into place. And just tighten her down. Just center her out a little bit, level her out. If she's not centered right away, go ahead and just push her in a little bit. Make sure she's level. You don't need to worry about it being perfect right now because you're going to end up pinching it anyway, so go ahead and clip these leads off. Set those off to the side. And then we'll start on our other coil. Same thing like the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each lead with the pliers and I'm just going to bend it at a 90-degree angle. Since I already eyeballed it before, I'm just going to try to guesstimate on where I bent it last time. Go ahead and stick your drill bit in there that you used and do the same thing. One on top on one side, one on the bottom on the other side. Hold it into place. Screw her in. level her out, make sure she's in the center. Now these ones I'll just twist because my pliers are actually, or my wire cutter is actually, one of the tips is broken off, so it's kind of hard for me to get in there. So I usually just twist them off. Just like that. And since I twisted it off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-tighten down my leads. Make sure that it's nice and snug so it's a solid connection. Double check and see if it's level. Alright. Now we can start heating her up. I like to stroke the coils. What that does is, when you heat them up, it helps it space out evenly so it gets an even burn, and then I'll pinch it afterwards. Once it starts getting an even burn, then I'll start pinching it. It's looking pretty nice now, yeah? Not the prettiest build ever, but it'll do. Alright, now the cotton that I'm going to use today is cotton bacon. I come to find in my personal experience that cotton bacon gives me the best flavor. I'm sure you guys have your own preferences and everything, but for me, this is the way to go. I get amazing flavor. The cotton doesn't gunk up as easy, and it's just a good cotton for me. I'll just do this to get all the excess cotton off. I find this easier than cutting because you can fine away little strands piece by piece and get that perfect amount of cotton to put through, instead of having to take it out and cut it and take it out and cut it and take it out and cut it. See, like that? That's perfect right there. I need to go no more than that. Now, for cutting the cotton, what I usually do is I'll take each strand, and you see where it meets the glass? Like right there? That's where I'll cut it. You don't want to cut it too long, you don't want to cut it too short. So I'll just gently bring it down and snip it right where the glass is at. Now, after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shaving down the cotton on the sides here. And I'm also going to try to do it on top a little bit. Now, after trying this out a couple times, after wicking it, it wasn't wicking properly for me. When I looked through this hole right here, where I put the juice in, I could see my cotton. So in here, the cotton was fully saturated, but once I looked up on the build deck itself, the cotton was dry. So when I put this down into the cotton, or over the cotton and screw it down into place, there was too much cotton in the hole where the cotton goes itself, which was causing restriction. So the juice wasn't able to flow up through the cotton into the coil itself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start shaving it off, and it should be able to wick properly. Keyword, should. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fray out the cotton a little bit. What that's going to do is going to start thinning it out down here. So it's going to let the juice soak up easier into the cotton. So I'm just going to take my little tweezers here. I'm going to use the sharp ends, and I'm just going to gently stroke it on the bottom here. Not too much, not too little. You don't want to go too thin. All right, now it's time to juice her up. The juice I am going to be using today is Elix Juice Company Dragonberry 6. This is by far my all-time favorite juice. It's the vape shop that I work at, Xclusive Vapor. They make this. They make all these, the Elix juices. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lightly coat the cotton with a little bit of juice on each side. That's going to act as an adhesive, and it's going to let me form the cotton a lot better than what it was to be if it were to be dry. It's going to let me form it into those cotton, I guess you can call them cotton holes. Alright. Alright, now let's go ahead and put this piece on there. What we're going to do is we're just going to gently put it over, screw her down. Now what I like to do is I like to pick up the cotton just a little bit to make sure that it's not too tight. And it's not. Let's go ahead and form her up a little bit more on the top here. Make sure that there's not going to be any leaking. Alright folks, and it comes out actually comes out to a 0.12. I don't know if you can read that, but a 0.12. Let's put some juice in there. Oh, and by the way, when you tighten her down, make sure this juice hole lines up with one of the coils. And what you want to do is you want to kind of separate the cotton on the inside there, so that way you have room to juice her up. Now let's go ahead and juice her up. Go ahead and slap this cap on there. Now with me, I like to close off the airflow about halfway. This thing is really, 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 really airy, so line her up, slap her down, and she's good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys back to FaceTime. We'll go ahead and vape on it. I'll let you know the pros and cons of it, and we'll let you guys get on your merry way. Alright guys, and we're back to FaceTime. So as you guys can tell, this thing is just a beast, man. Nice Genesis style tank. Glass is nice and thick. The O-rings are really, really well constructed. there's no leaking on here. I've never had any problems with juice leak at all whatsoever. The only thing I don't like about it is this cap on top here. Once it gets juiced up, like when I'm vaping on it, like this, sometimes it'll pull itself off with my lips, and it's just, to me, that's, I don't know. I mean, you can use it without it. You can rock this all day, but to me, it just looks better with the tip on there. It's just like an extension. She's a beautiful tank though. So right now, I got it at 65 watts. It's reading 0.11 ohms. It's at 2.77 volts. And it's pushing about 21 to 22 amps. Let's go ahead and check her out. She's chucking it, man. The only con for me is, like I said, this cap. It's the only thing that gets me. Other than that, man, she's a great tank. The price for this at Xclusive Vapor is $40, $39.99. Awesome price for a tank like this, man. For its quality, for its price point, it's a steal, man. It's available at all 3 of our locations. Wapuna over at Ranch 99. We also have it available over at Kamehameha Shopping Center, and also Windward City Shopping Center. And you guys just, if you're looking for a Genesis style tank or an rdta in general, this is the way to go, man. For what's out right now, this is the way to go. I'm gonna do a little recap on last week's video. We're doing a giveaway for a free 30 ml bottle of juice of your choice. And also we are doing a giveaway on a starter kit. The starter kit and the juice are going to be in one giveaway. Once we reach 100 followers on YouTube, we'll go ahead and do a raffle off, and we'll let you know who the winner is, and we'll be contacting you personally via email or YouTube, one of the two, and we'll send you your product. If you guys have any questions, DM me on Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram and Twitter both are The Vaping Howley. It's TheVapingHaole, and that's on both Instagram and Twitter. Don't hesitate to post any comments or heart or likes out there for the videos. And I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to come by and check these new products out that we got in stock. And have a good day, guys. Vote for vape.